frickin' toothbrush. Huh. Looks like I won't really be needing this anymore.
Much better. I was growing out my hair so I could cover those vampire bites I had on my neck, but since they've mysteriously vanished, I guess I don't really need to worry about that anymore. Was it me who was growing out my hair to cover the vampire bites, or was that somebody else? Who cares? Anyway, I do believe the recent poll has just closed, so you know what to do. Well. Kaguya-sama, huh? I believe I've heard of that one, and I think it's a rom-com, if what I've heard about it holds up, which would mean it's a pretty interesting way to shake things up after the Monogatari series, given how analytical that show was. Although now that I think about it, Monogatari was a little bit of a rom-com in its own regard, but not really. Anyway, opening cinematic over, Kaguya-sama, Love is War was in fact the winner of the most recent reaction series poll. Or perhaps I should refer to it as Kaguya-sama wa kokura setai tensai tachi no renai zunosen, which translated literally would be, Kaguya wants to be confessed to, the genius's war of love and brains. Gotta admit, Kaguya-sama Love is War is a lot more concise, and I can appreciate that. Yeah, Kaguya-sama actually managed to win with a pretty steep margin in its favor. I think it won by like nearly 50% of the votes, if not more than that by my recollection, so out of everything on that poll, people seem to really want this one. And what's interesting is that at the time of recording, I think Kaguya-sama is actually still in the middle of airing. Like, I think it's nearing the end of its 3rd season. So that should be interesting. There is no way I'm gonna catch up to it before it finishes season 3, but that doesn't matter. What does matter more so is that it should be a pretty relatively shorter series, you know, even with all of its 3 seasons to take into account. I think it has only about 30-ish episodes total so far, which that's quite a bit less than what the Monogatari series had, so I'm cool with that. Also, apparently one of its themes listed is romantic subtext, and not familiar with that kind of theme, so I guess this will be new to me. Oh wait, Kimi no Nawa and Koe no Katachi are also romantic subtext, so I guess not. I suppose that'll make it only the 3rd romantic subtext thing that I've seen, and the only one that I've seen that's a series, so still unique. And like I have alluded to before, I don't really know too much about Kaguya-sama going in here. I hadn't really heard the name come up too often before this poll, but I do believe I recognize some of the character designs, like I said. Some of them seem familiar to me. I'm pretty sure I've seen like a gif or two, you know? Just in passing. Anyway, the people have spoken, and they spoke Kaguya, so rather than waste anybody's time rambling on about nothing at the beginning of a series for no reason, let's just get started with episode 1. What do you say? Well, that was fun. Yeah, gotta say, I was engaged throughout the entirety of that, just enjoying the antics of it. Just these 2 elite students so convinced that the other person is just madly in love with them and will eventually be forced to confess. And they cannot possibly dare to confess, no, because then, well, they lose. They would lose this intricate mind game that they're both playing here. Yeah, that's the whole deal here. It's just that Kaguya wants him to confess to her, but he doesn't want to confess, simply for the fear of the shift in power dynamic. Clearly, there is only one solution to this. They both must confess simultaneously. Problem solved. I mean, that's what a good relationship is built on, right? Balance, 2 people committing equally to one another, not any, dominance or having power over the other. But what do I know? But then, of course, we've got the perfect equalizer standing right in between the 2 of them in Fujiwara. She is... her complete obliviousness to the gravity of the situation just is what keeps this chugging along. Compared to them, she is not at all afraid to express how she feels about things. If there's something she wants to say or do, well, so far she's just not really been embarrassed to do it. And on an unrelated note, may I say that the animation and art direction has been really something else. Like, just each scene was pretty much a visual treat to see, you know? They were just so vibrant and active. There was never any scene that looked especially dull. And the pacing, too, was very well executed. It was just continuing along with the beats of the narrative perfectly. But so far, from just this one episode, the comedy has worked really well. I mean, we just got these two characters who are so caught up in their own egos that they can't back down truly. And they're intelligent enough to try to find ways around this and to keep thinking up little schemes to try to one-up the other one. So even if this doesn't have to be about a power dynamic or anything, they're really trying to make it happen anyway. So long story short, I had fun. It was a good episode, a nice way to introduce us to what this is going to be about. And I noticed a few scenes in particular that just really reminded me of shots I would see in Monogatari. I know Monogatari is over, I can't just keep talking about it, but I was reacting to it for so long, my brain is going to be stuck in that mode for at least a little bit. Although I think I did see somebody say that like a visual director or something who worked with Studio Shaft did work on this series in particular, so there might be some visual similarities to Monogatari here and there. So it wouldn't be too strange for me to notice it and bring it up, but as it stands, this is looking like it's going to be a very, very different kind of show, so I'm going to have to try to dial my brain back from being as psychoanalytical as was needed for Monogatari. I mean, this show is definitely playing with psychology a lot. I mean, that's kind of the whole driving point of what the two of them are doing, trying to one-up the other person psychologically, but doesn't mean I need to get all character analyze-y all the time with it. Probably not. Really, I'm just gonna go with the flow and see what goes down with this as I adjust here. I've got plenty of time. We got 3 seasons of this. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. Subscribe to be updated on more. That would be great. Next time, we check out episode 2, see what Kaguya and the gang get up to that time. What kind of mental games are they going to play? And what kind of kooky shenanigans will ensue? I can't wait to find out. Since I, at the moment, don't have a weekend series going on, hey, maybe I'll record 1 or 2 of these on the weekend for you guys. Partially to make up for the fact that I was a little slow in getting this first episode out. Sorry about that. But either way, I enjoyed this first episode a lot. I think it shows a lot of potential for what this series can bring to the table, so I can't wait to see what the rest has in store, and I hope to catch you guys there. But till then, I will see you guys later.